Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, animal free, MRE, ra-ta-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, 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 animal free, MRE, ra-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Thanks for joining us.
Tonight on Animal Free MRE, we're going to review another ration from Steve. Thanks, buddy. Steve's the man. Hey, this is menu number 4. I'm very excited to get into this. It's a vegetarian civilian ration from Germany.
Yeah!
It was super tasty, and this one we're excited to get into also. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Animal Free MRE.
Animal free. Yeah. It's animal free. Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Well, this will be a fun setup. Just me and the boy. Soon Penny will be out to help, and Candy's zipping around in the house doing her thing. And we're going to go ahead and get into this Trek and Eat 24-hour German civilian ration. Thank you very much, Steve1989, for sending this to us. He's really very appreciated. Easy tear notch. We'll get into that. Robbie opened one side, I opened the other. Wasn't a perfect unsealing there, so I cut the rest. And the last one we got this wonderful spice revolver. Got a little Davi and a little Bob Ross on the keychain too, but that spice revolver is awesome. I'm hoping there's another one in this one. Easy open. And we got these wonderful Trek and Eat meals. They're very similar to Blaubeeren or other dehydrated mains, and we got 3 of those in there, plus a massive accessory pack. And again, just a really big bag. Much larger than the components inside, but I guess there's a reason for that. You can use it to transport water, all sorts of things. Ah, yes, another spice revolver. I got one in the second menu number 4. I'm very excited. These things are super cool. I barely dipped into the first one, but I'm glad to have a second. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 espressos. We have 2 English breakfast teas. We have 1 mint tea. We have 2 protein bars. We have, I believe, 5 hard candies, 2 iced teas, 4 sugars, a pack of Trek and Eat crackers, which are very similar to animal cookies. They're almost like a sweet biscuit, plus our 3 mains. Oh yeah, and that's right. You got to be careful of the lot numbers on these Trek and Eat bars. I'll give you a little more information on that here shortly. Not the bars, excuse me, but the crackers, the biscuits. So here's our setup. It's looking great. I think we need to get this out onto a tray and get this stuff all spread up. A nice gusset. It stands like a boss. You feel it up the hill. This is a really bad song. You feel it up the hill. Nice. See, I'm getting really tired. Cheers, each other. Cheers. Cheers. Smooth. Yeah. Okay, and these? What number? Yeah, so the Trick Neat crackers, we're not exactly sure on what was wrong with them, but it sounds like some of them might have had mold or some kind of like moisture issues. So beginning into this ration, we're super excited. We got one of the berry bars and the caramel bars. They both have kind of like a cranberry in them. They tasted very similar. Tart, sweet cranberry kind of node with a very moist granola bar. They're excellent. And these hard candies are really fun. Square swirl pattern, cream and orange. You can't go wrong. The kids both devoured theirs. I had to get those out of the way and give it to them right away. We got 2 English breakfast and a mint tea, plus 2 peach iced tea packets. Very cool. I'm going to go ahead and get in one of the peach iced teas. And I'm going to try out this mint hot tea also. Yeah, it's great, Benny. Thanks for showing us, babe. Yeah, they're fun. The older they get, the funner they are to do these videos with, and the more curious they are about all the components. So again, these crackers are okay. This has been 031. This is not the one that was in question, lot 154. If you do find those and you do have them, I would say keep them. I'm sure they'll be a collector's item at some point. Someone will want to know what's up with that. So here goes a sip of the mint tea. Excellent. Super refreshing. Nice tangy, almost spicy mint to it. Very good. Almost like a nice strong peppermint. And here we go. I think we're going to get into the bolognese. It's basically a meaty spaghetti and red sauce, or elbow macaroni and red sauce is the best way to describe this. But they used a soy protein for this. So it's like a ground beef, basically, made of soy. I mean, you can't really taste the difference at all. It's quite an amazing product. Both the kids absolutely love this dish. Yeah, Penny's letting us know. And you can tell Robbie likes it by the repetitious shovel loads going into his mouth. That says it all for that young man. Penny's doing a lot of show here. I think she enjoys it, but she's a fairly picky eater. I'm glad that she's at least nibbling away at it. And here goes the vegetable stroganoff. This was excellent. It was a nice rice dish with peas and carrots and corn. Really good. A nice veggie broth base. The elbow macaroni with the TVP had a very strong tomato base to it, but a nice sweet tone to it. Not a lot of herb play or fresh herbs going on in this dish, which sometimes can overwhelm these mains, which is really nice. And they give you that spice revolver so you can add your own seasoning to it, which I thought was wonderful. There I added a little bit of the cracker to the bolognese dish. And the tea, I didn't add enough water to that, so I'm diluting it with another cup of fresh water. I would say the tea probably needs a good 16 to 20 ounces of fresh water per packet. I probably did only about 9 with my original pour. Wonderful spread. I love how simple this all is, just really straightforward. Even so that the muesli, the oatmeal, didn't have any sweetener in it, so I added the 4 packets of sugar to that and mixed it up really well. We opted to use cold water in our oatmeal this time. The first time we reviewed the number 5 menu, we used hot water, and it made the milk product taste too strong. The powdered dairy product we weren't a big fan of. So this time we opted to use cold water, and I think it just turned out a lot better this way. And of course, the 4 sugar package, you can't go wrong. So as you can tell, Robbie got seconds on the elbow macaroni and tomato sauce dish. He really likes that. The stroganoff, the kids weren't super excited about, but they did eat quite a bit of it. I loved it. I loved all the dishes. They were excellent. The teas were great. The coffee was awesome. The coffee was super smooth, not acidic at all. Did not taste like your typical dehydrated coffee. And there's a good shot of the muesli. I'll give you guys a couple stills at the end of the video. It's your typical oatmeal. It has raisins, nuts, dates, pumpkin seeds. Really good. Like a lot of the European oatmeal is very wholesome. Tasted like it was just in a nice little sweet cream, just a little basic 2% milk, you know, or maybe even whole milk. Had that rich flavor to it. The crackers went well with everything. It's the first ration I've had in a long time that didn't have like a spread in it. But without a spread, not a big deal. It gave you ample beverages, ample treats. The mains are huge. Because they're dehydrated, they continue to swell in your stomach as you drink other beverages after you're done eating. So I think I managed to eat about half of this, and the other half I built a huge plate, and I ended up eating later that night while I was editing, which was fun because the dishes held up really well, just sitting shelf stable for about 2 hours. About 2 hours later, I finished that plate on the right there. Candy ate the crackers, I will admit. She stole those from me, but I managed to eat the rest. Really tasty meal. All the trash fit perfectly in the accessory bag. Still had 3 coffees, an iced tea, 2 English breakfast, a spice revolver, and 3 candies left over at the end. Here at this point I'm adding a bunch of curry and paprika, a little bit of salt and pepper to the Stroganoff dish, which completely changed it. The flavor profile completely changed. It has a light tomato base to it. When you add that subtle curry to it, it completely changes it. It tastes just like an Indian dish. It's wonderful. Yep, there I am, I'm topped off. Don't think I can eat any more at this point. Again, I'm going to save the dish on the right, the oatmeal, and a little bit of the rice stroganoff. I'm going to treat our little lovely wiener dogs too. Look at that. That oatmeal looks great. Pasta looks great. Everything was wonderful. Really good meal. Animal Free MRE, thanks you for watching, joining, putting up with me. I'm pretty dorky. The kids in Candy are great, but you know how I am. Yeah. Well, this is a great special. Thanks again, Steve. Everything was wonderful. We appreciate all the gifts that thine bestows upon me, thine buyer. We appreciate you, dude. You're a great guy. We hope the best for you and your family. Love to you and all of yours, man. Thanks again, buddy. Steve1989. Go check him out if you guys haven't yet. He's the guy that got most of us started in this gig. Spice Revolver. That thing is amazing. Thanks for Dobby and Bob Ross, Lily. You're the best daughter a dad can have.